one.
Good morning. This is Professor Anderson with a little bit of feedback for your writing assignment number 4, the rough draft. So I pull up a couple of things. One, this is the PDF located in week 6. It's just the nuts and bolts or the components of the report required. And then I also use this Evening Shades and Lamore report samples that you can find in week 6 also, just to show you some examples of research-based reports. So let's take a look here at the letter transmittal. Perfect. I see how you have followed these templates. Short, sweet, to the point. What I recommend is removing the hope. I share with students all the time. Of course, you hope that your suggestions are implemented. You spent a lot of time on this research-based report, and this is in the business world. You spent a lot of time on this report for this course, but that's because it's a course requirement. But let's just put ourselves in the real business world. If this was something that we were doing, for our industry, yes, you would at that point have developed a passion for, or a clear understanding of the problem and means of recommendation. So I recommend removing the hope that you have a busy decision maker that needs to read this. So thank you in advance for your time and consideration. Bam, that's the end of it. That's just my recommendation. You're not going to get any points deducted, but I'm just sharing with you in the real world for future reference. When you're writing research-based reports, as clear, direct, and objective as you can be and remain, the more impactful and powerful your paper will appear. So it looks like here you're still waiting on some information. Okay, so here we go. One thing that I recommend in your executive summary is to remove the first person reference. So our organization, name the organization. I don't know if you work for NIST or I'm not sure what it is, but ABC Company was founded to support national security and all branches of the military, as well as local organizations when needed. Again, remove this as well. ABC Company was founded to support national security, all branches of the military, and local organizations. To meet these needs, these demanding goals, the workforce must remain positive. Remove this we. Remove that first person reference. So I want to share with you here. Let's take a look at this executive summary. This is the Evening Shades report. Sorry, I have to scroll down. So here, recently in the Pittsfield outlet malls, management has become increasingly frustrated with its inability to motivate associates to perform. So he's identifying immediately a communication need. Let's take a look at this one. This is the Lamore report. Communication, we're going to change how business conduct. This is introducing the recommendation. So you have two ways to do that, and you're doing both at the same time. So you want to say, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to tell me this is what we're doing and we have to stay positive? So you pick one or the other. This is our organization. In order to do that, a positive workforce or you're working on collaboration. A collaborative workforce is a must. So you want to say that to meet these demanding goals, we must have an extremely productive workforce, or productivity and these demanding goals require extreme productivity in the workforce. Determine the causes of it. So here you're telling me we have a big mission and we need to be positive, but now you're saying I want to find out why people feel isolated and why that I want to understand why our productivity is down. Instead, if this is your purpose, tell me that in the beginning. So I'm hearing one thing, I'm hearing this introduction to one idea and then this purpose to another. You need to focus that a little more. So then I want to show you this sample report here. Okay, so here we have the same telling what we did. We focused on a survey. Here's another example of, this is the kind of an opposite example. This is Lamore, where they show in general what companies do and then how to resolve it. And what you've done here is you've said, a survey was distributed to learn the general feelings each individual has, or a general feeling of employees. Now, a general feeling of what? Because this is like, how do you feel today? I mean, everybody has a different um, a different response based on the day and the task. So I recommend that you hone in on the task. Is it, computer work? Because sometimes you have to do things independently, and that is isolating it to a degree. And then other times you need to do, maybe it's just like, filling out a report that's going to take independent work. Maybe it's assembling something this is your task in a larger assembly line of a product. So be very specific is what I'm sharing. I'm not sure where this isolation factor comes from. You want to understand what the anxiety is, but detail where it is. That will help to deliver those understandings. And again, you want to, if this is what you're saying here, is everybody needs to have a pager, everyone needs to, you want to create family days. You're just very, very broad. Focus in and hone in on what it is. All right, remove the first person. Employees conduct their in a dark office with no visibility. There we go. This can be your focus. Move to an office building, has brighter light, more interactivity, take down walls and use pods. I mean, this is your problem right here. Employees conduct their daily work within a dark office with no visibility outside their window and inability to reach each other, be reached out in the outside world or by the outside world. So here is that's your focus. That should be reflected inside of there. The purpose to determine the causes of the feelings of isolation. I think you've said that right here. Purpose, you want to feel the byproduct of that isolation. Methods. Here we go. You want an overview of methodology, secondary research, current survey. So make sure that here you say the secondary research, because that's what you did first, even though it's called secondary. Make sure that when you show the results, this is the overview of the methodology. The next section should be the results. Put your secondary research first. And you want to detail that. The secondary research is really that information from your synthesis of literature review. So you want to include that there. And then in your primary research, you want to make sure that you show, here we go. Okay, I'm sorry. Here's your secondary research. And then your primary research. Were you able to take a look at that video that showed, it's called Graph Maker. I can't remember the name of it. Graph Maker Online. Hold on, let me find it real quick. Here it is. I think it's National Council for Educational Standards. I would recommend using this site, nces.ed. This is Create a Graph. It allows you to create all kinds of graphs, and you would be able to quickly put this into a graphic form that would be much more useful and much more visually user-friendly. So remember, I share in that quick screencast that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and the way that you share this information can really offset, speak many more volumes. Okay, so once you show your primary research, then I need a conclusion. So based on this, secondary research says this is a problem in the workplace. I've interviewed employees here. It is a problem. These are my recommendations. Or the conclusion is it's a problem. These are my recommendations. So I need to see that also. And then you want to make sure that good. Did you use a Google form for this? Or you just created a survey? Excellent. Make sure that you include that appendix. And then you cite or label your graphics. If you choose to use this Create a Graph, label your graphics when they're produced and insert them into references also. So you have a little bit of work to do, but I look forward to reading your final copy.